All right, here we go. I mean, like now it's time to find out what the Phillies are made of. It's time to find out for the next 4 hours what we're made of, because we got to talk through this one. Elimination is here. Yesterday was a day to, be angry. I mean, annoyed, frustrated at the way Game 2 went. And now here we look ahead to Game 3, in which the Phillies have to go to L.A., out in Los Angeles. They're going to wear the powder blues.
Powder blue.
Yeah, and they're going to try to stave off elimination and do something very few teams in the history of baseball have done. I think it's 16 out of 18 that have gone down 0-2 at home have lost, right? It's hard. And even just in general, going down 0-2 in a best of 5, it's about 90% you lose the series. So it is a big, big, big uphill climb they got to face. It starts tonight, though. Game number 3. All right, Hugh, you've been the one ever since the series started to have hope in the face of great odds surmounted against us. Hugh Douglas, do you hope the Phillies win tonight, or do you believe we're getting a game number 4?
I believe we're getting a game number 4. I wholeheartedly believe that. And I have nothing to, base that off of. But, I woke up this morning and I heard the news like everybody else that they were wearing the powder blues. And if I recall correctly, there's been a lot of history made in those powder blue uniforms, and I think that they know that. I know it sounds crazy, and people are probably in the car talking about, you sound ridiculous. But these are the things that drive athletes. This is an elimination situation. You talk about the Dodgers and what they've been able to do. The last game was tight. Unfortunately for us, it didn't go the way that we wanted it to go because of those circumstances and moments that we talked about yesterday, the fact that they got tight towards the end. But I believe tonight that they're gonna step up and they're gonna get this game in L.A. I was about to say Washington, but in L.A. I think they're gonna get this game in L.A. And that's it, man. Pride is a hell of a motivator.
Yeah, it is.
And I'm pretty sure that when you think about we harped on it all day yesterday, the Castellanos moment. That was a bonehead play. Like the more you look at that was a bonehead play.
Decision and play. The whole
operation. The whole thing was bonehead. You get a chance tonight to redeem yourself. You know for a fact that this city, most of the city, does not believe that you can get this done, especially when you talk about Nola and the fact that he hasn't been what he's been in the past. But tonight you got to find it. You got to figure it out. You have to do whatever you have to do to get ready. And I'm not saying that he's going to go out there and give you 5 solid innings, but I think he needs to start the game strong. I don't know what that looks like, Joe, because I'm not a dummy. I know that his season hasn't gone the way that we wanted it to go, but we need him to start this game, and we need him for however long he's going to be out there. We need him to be good.
Well, we do. We need him to hold them down until they get the ball to Rangers Suarez. We'll get to the pitching plan tonight, how they're going to do. All right, and I'll start here. Here's what gives me hope for the Phillies tonight. I feel like every single time we have sat here this season, and the season has looked at its worst, every single time they've bounced back in a big way. I think back to the series they had in New York in April where they got swept. They fell to 500. They went to Chicago the next game and lost on a Friday afternoon. It looked bleak, and it looked like, you know what, maybe this is going to be like a 500-ish season. Maybe they're old. Maybe they're not that good. And they bounced back, and they got on a run after that. I think back to the series they had in Pittsburgh in June. They went to Toronto. They got beat up, which actually looked like a bearer of things to come because Toronto turned out to be a good team. But they went to Toronto, got beat up, and they went to Pittsburgh. They put Bryce Harper on the injured list with a wrist injury, and they got swept by the Pirates, one of the worst teams in baseball. And they came home to play the Cubs, and they got hot again. And then they had the series against the Mets in New York in August, where I said, this division is over. And they promptly got swept, and everyone was mad at me. Well, you know what they did? They came home, and they got right. And they got right for another month, and they played their best baseball. So that's where my hope comes from. Every time they've had a rock-bottom moment, whether it be their play or the injury to Bryce Harper, the injury to Zach Wheeler, they have found a way to bounce back. So, Hugh, I have great hope tonight that they're going to do it again, and they're going to bounce back, and they're going to give us a reason to believe tomorrow night and believe on Saturday. But it's hope for me, Hugh. I don't believe. They got to give me something to believe in again. Especially against this team.
Yeah.
Because they're going up against the best team in baseball, the defending champs, back in their building, off a day off. You know the Dodgers are going for the kill tonight. That's obvious.
Yeah, no question. They're at home. They're in front of their fans. It's going to be loud and it's going to be raucous.
Yeah.
But you got to get it done, man. You have to play. I can't see. They're going to put up a fight. They're definitely going to put up a fight. I can't see it going any other way but the Phillies winning this game.
Well, listen, Hugh, I hope. That's the word I'm at today. You believe it. I hope they're going to do it. And look, if they win this game tonight, then I'll have real belief that tomorrow they could get this thing back here to Game 5. 215-592-9494. It really is the blessing and the curse of a short series. The curse is a couple bad nights, you're in a bad spot, like the Phillies are at right now. Mm-hmm. But the blessing is you can get right back in it, right? Like in a short series, all you need is one win to kind of flip the whole script and put the pressure on the Dodgers tomorrow night to not let this thing get back here for game number 5. Do you hope or do you believe the Phillies are going to win this? And I'm guessing there's probably a segment out there if people just want to be put out of their misery. I'm sure those people are out there too. I have hope. Hugh has belief. Where do you come down? 215-592-9494. Let's hear from Rob Thompson yesterday talking about taking this one game at a time.
It's just one game at a time. And that's just the way you got to look at it. You got to slow things down. One inning at a time, really. And come out and relax and be yourselves. Don't try to do too much.
Yeah, I mean, look, he's saying the right things. It's easier said than done. I mean, that's why I think of all the games in this series, that this one is imperative they score early and they get a lead early. Because otherwise, you start gripping the bat tighter. Like, you just start kind of... Well, I always think in an elimination game, you start counting the outs you have left, and the other team starts counting down the outs.
That sounds about right.
To knock you out of the series. So a lead tonight would do wonders for their psyche, would do wonders certainly for my psyche. All right, let's hear for Bryce Harper. Speaking of psyche, does that play? Do you let it get in your head? Do you think about the reality of the series when you get up to bat and you play in this game? Here's Bryce yesterday talking about his mentality, team mentality.
As you prepare, when you're at the plate, like what is that mindset like? Do you acknowledge it, or do you just another game?
No, I mean, you acknowledge it. Obviously, I think I said it yesterday. It's first of 3, so we win tomorrow, win the next one. You get back home. So I think got to go 1-0 tomorrow. Obviously, that's a really good team over there, and they're wanting to do it at home, things like that. So just got to play our game and go figure it out.
Play their game, figure it out, get a win. I have hope that they're going to bounce back the way they have so many times this year. Hugh has full belief they're going to win the game. Where do you come down? 215-592-9494. All right, let's talk through this as we get ready for game number 3, a 9:08 first pitch tonight.
Ooh.
Out in Los Angeles.
Jesus be a fence.
Yeah, you got to put that extra pot of coffee on. I know I will. Kyle, what are you feeling this morning as the Phillies try to stave off elimination?
I don't know what I feel worse about, the Phillies winning or Hugh Douglas staying up for first pitch.
No, there's no shot he's staying up. I mean, there's no shot.
I am. I might stay for the first pitch.
What about the last pitch?
Probably won't be there for that one because I'm going to hell dive a little bit. Hell dive.
That's good.
Yeah.
And then, get ready for the game.
Everybody's locked in.
The Phillies are going to be diving to hell, I think. So, look, I want to believe so bad.
Yeah.
My head is telling my heart that it's just not happening, man. Yeah. Like, it's hard I can't get around the Nola Yamamoto matchup. It could not possibly be a worse.
Man, when you look at the ERAs when the matchup is posted, it's like 601, 2-3 something, like crap.
I don't feel good, but I will say there's a path for me to start feeling good. And all it takes is not just a win tonight, but I need to see Schwarber mash. I need to see Bryce Harper mash. I need to see the top guys along with the bottom of the lineup. Play like I've seen them play this season. That could get me buying in a little bit. And look, they take the game. Then you could start looking at it as though, just say they split in Philly, but lost game 1 out in L.A., right? Then all of a sudden it's the same scenario.
Yeah.
You're down 2-1.
With Sanchez back in the mouth tomorrow night.
And maybe people are feeling a little bit better.
Yep.
Right? So I can get there. I'm just not there yet. I'm going to need to see it tonight, and I don't really expect to see it tonight, unfortunately.
I believe it.
I believe it. Well, someone around here's got to believe.
I'm about to do this $5 parlay.
Oh, wow. Parlay on what? What are we doing here?
Phillies money line.
That's only one leg.
Yeah, but I'm Schwarber. Bomb.
Phillies money line 5 times.
No, I'm saying, no, you talking about $1 each. No, crazy.
A Phillies money line is Schwarber home run. You just stop there. He hits a home run, they're probably going to win the game. I mean, let's do
I feel that tonight. I'm about to put my money where my mouth is.
I mean,
it's amazing how long it's been since they've hit a home run in the postseason.
Say, whoa.
Can they hit a bomb tonight? Can they put the ball out?
I think Bryce Harper goes off tonight too.
Oh yeah, just everyone's going to go off after all these games.
Why do you do me like that?
Because you're living in the clouds.
I'm not living in the clouds.
I'll take one of them going off, just one.
I think they both hit. I think they both go yard.
I appreciate this today because there's one thing that I'm lacking. It's any sort of hope, belief whatsoever.
Yeah,
that,
no, Hugh's
that they're
got
gonna do
belief.
this.
He
Hugh
does.
does.
No, he might be crazy.
And you know
good
what?
and crazy, but we need that.
And a lot of times, because a lot of people like to have stuff that's based in something.
Yeah.
It's just based in I can't imagine them taking that long ass trip out to L.A. To lay a big old stinky turd.
Well, I
Well,
can't.
so hold on, but they really haven't laid a turd the first two games. They've been outplayed by a great team.
Yeah,
so
but
that possibility exists tonight again.
And it's been little mistakes that
yes.
have changed the outcome. It's not like they're getting blown out.
Yeah, they're hanging in there with the Dodgers.
Yeah,
which,
so
you know,
it's you clean up those small mistakes, because when you think of both games, and I think of them, there were small mistakes that cost you in the worst times of the game.
Totally, yeah.
You just got to stay locked in, man. The one thing that when I see this team that seems like it's a common denominator is when the games are tight. That's when they start to make the mistakes, the little mistakes.
And the Dodgers haven't,
the balls in the gap that nobody gets and stuff like that. If they can stay locked in and not make those small mistakes, man, they're going to be fine.
This is good, though. I need somebody to lie to me today a little bit.
I'm not lying to you. This is what I believe. Let me go ahead and cook this parlay.
You cook that parlay up. All right, 215-592-9494. Hope or believe the Phillies going to win tonight and force a game number 4.